students, welcome to Vedantu NEET English. I am Ms. Gopika, your own biology master teacher. I hope I am audible, visible and the presentation right behind me is visible. Please let me know in the chats if we are live yet. All of you quickly let me know in the chats. I think we are live, right? Let me also refresh. Awesome, awesome. The energy is very nice on the chat. Okay, fire emoji. Awesome, awesome. Great. So students, last class we did neural control and coordination part 1, right, where we did up to our before synapse. Now we are left with synapse, brain. Okay, and then we'll be done. Okay, so that small portion is left. It's not small, but then it will be done very quickly. So welcome all of you. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, smash that like button and let me know in the comments how you felt it. Okay, hello students, hello. I was just seeing your chat. All of you are talking to each other and having fun. So today we are going to do synapse. Okay, we are going to do synapse, we are going to do nervous system, and we are going to do brain. This is the topics that we are going to deal with today. Okay, so quickly mark your attendance all of you, and then we will start the class. So students, generally this chapter will have a weightage of 3 questions or 4 questions maximum. That means you cannot even think of skipping this chapter, because this chapter gives you 12 marks to 16 marks. Okay, so 12 marks to 16 marks is no joke for a NEET aspirant, seeing how your 2024 went. So be very careful, try to understand every single topic. This whole chapter is about understanding. If you understand, then you're sorted. Okay, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for checking on my health. Okay, I'm doing so much better from the last day. So students, last class we understood about myelinated neuron, non-myelinated neuron, and I have already sent the notes on Vedantu Telegram. Okay, Vedantu NEET English Telegram, so all of you can join. Now we are going to learn something called, let's now look here. This is, okay, let's draw it. Okay, this is an axon. Okay, this is an axon, and this is also an axon. This is also an axon. Okay, 2 axons are there, students. All of you, as you can see. Now look here. This axon has something called as the myelinated sheet. Yes or no? Okay, something like this is there. Something like this. This is there. Okay. Now look at this, students. This is a myelinated axon. Yes or no? Yes or no? This is a myelinated axon, or simply we tell myelinated neuron. This is a non-myelinated neuron. Non-myelinated neuron. That means they do not have Schwann cells or oligodendrocytes to release this myelin sheath. Now what happens exactly? We understood that when a signal is going, right, when an impulse is going, it will be moving. Now imagine I am carrying something. I am non-myelinated neuron. What I have to do? If I want the impulse to be carried, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. I have to walk, right? Free movement I have to do, but I have to keep moving like this, right? I have to keep moving like this. But imagine I am a myelinated neuron. Then what can I do? See, myelin sheaths are there. Myelin sheaths are there. So what I will do? I'll jump, I will jump, right? So in a myelinated neuron, what exactly happens is, where the myelin sheath is present and where the nodes of Ranvier is there. All of you tell me in the chat box, nodes of Ranvier are a region where the axon gets exposed. Yes or no? Do you agree or disagree? Just tell me this much. Do you agree or disagree? Ma'am, I am telling nodes of Ranvier is a region where the axons are exposed. That means where myelin sheath is not present. So if an impulse has to travel, right? If an impulse has to travel, then how is the impulse going to travel? It is going to simply travel like this by the help of jumping. So it will go this way, right? It will go this way. It will go this way, and inside, let's imagine this as inside. Okay, go this way. A to B, B to C, you shouldn't forget. This way it will go. So this portion, right? Yes, all of you agree. Very nice. Okay, this portion where this jumping is happening will be called as your nodes of Ranvier. Okay, nodes of Ranvier. So now this jumping, right, where this jumping happened, this is called as jumping. You can call it as jumping Okay, conduction, or the other word is called as saltation. What is it called as? Saltation. Now question to all of you, which do you think is faster? Which do you think is faster? I think Tejaswini already told. Yes, this is faster, right? It passes the signal faster. This passes it faster compared to this one. Now this one, what is happening? I have to stand, positive is there, then I have to go to there. Again I have to go to this, let this depolarization, repolarization, again come back, again move the same way. So here what is going to happen, this is going to be slow, and here there is no saltation that is going to happen, it is going to be a free movement. Okay, free movement. Here free movement cannot happen. Okay, will you drive a car on a free road the same way and on a blocked road same way? No, you will drive it differently, right? Same thing will happen. So is this clear? There's also called as saltation or jumping. It is just 2 lines of NCERT. This is how you have to understand. Okay, here what is happening? It is happening in the nodes of runway, and same thing, students. See, now say positive or negative, same thing is going to happen. Okay, just that jumping is going to happen. Yes, myelinated is going to be faster. So that is the use of having myelinated and non-myelinated. Otherwise, why we have to study these 2 neurons? Some benefit should be there, no? Some use should be there out of this. That use is this use. Clear? Any doubts? Any doubts? Yes, myelinated is faster. Yes, ma'am. Okay, it's also called as saltation or jumping conduction. Okay, jumping conduction. Chalo, next topic. Next topic is going to be chemical synapses. So I already taught you people that there is electrical impulse, right? One electrical impulse is coming where the neuron will be carrying it. Now in between the neuron there is going to be a gap, right? That gap is called as synaptic cleft. In that synaptic cleft there is going to be some chemicals called as neurotransmitter. Now what is this chemical synapse? We are going to draw 2 ends of one. Okay, students, I told you last time that the information will be passed. Is it going to be passed from dendrite to axon, axon to dendrite? How does it happen? Is it a head to tail or head to head, tail to tail? All of you tell me in the chat box. By then I'll finish this drawing. Okay, tell me in the chat. What did I tell you last class? Okay, it will become too far. All these notes you will get it on Vedantu NEET English Telegram. Okay, so don't have to take tension at all. Just try to focus and learn the concepts. Okay, learn the concepts. Yes, head to tail, ma'am. Very good, Tejaswini. So students, this is neuron number 1. Okay, neuron number 1. And this is the axon ending. Okay, yes, head to tail. Okay, I think most students know that. Very good, Rani, Dinesh, yes, Hasini, Paul, awesome, Tanuja. So look here, this is neuron number 1, this is the axon. Okay, this is the axon ending. Students, all of you know, this is your neuron, this is your axon ending. Yes or no? Like this, your axon ending will be there. So I have drawn an enlarged structure of this here. Okay, I've drawn an enlarged structure of this. What is this going to be? This is going to be a dendrite, right? This is how your dendrites will be there. In that one dendrite, I have enlarged and drawn it here. That's all. Okay, one dendrite, one axon. So here, it's going to be neuron number 2. Now, between these 2 neurons, there is a gap. Okay, between these 2 neurons, there is a gap. Now, that gap is called as the synaptic cleft. Okay, this 2 gap between these 2 neurons, can you see one gap? This is called as the synaptic cleft. Synaptic cleft. What will this neuron be called? This part of the neuron will be called as the presynaptic neuron. Okay, presynaptic neuron, and this portion will be called as postsynaptic neuron. Postsynaptic neuron. This postsynaptic neuron, presynaptic neuron and your synaptic cleft together makes your synapse. Okay. Now, in this presynaptic neuron, students, what is going to be there? There is going to be neurotransmitters, right? Synaptic vesicles are going to be there. Okay, synaptic vesicles are going to be there. Give me 1 minute. No, it's not. Yeah. synaptic vesicles are going to be there. Inside the synaptic vesicles, what is going to be there, students? I told you last class itself, inside that neurotransmitters are going to be there. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am, neurotransmitters are going to be there. So, these neurotransmitters can be anything. Acetylcholine, epinephrine, GABA, anything it can be. It can be inhibitory or it can be the other one. Okay, now look here. Okay, exhibitory or inhibitory. Now students, this neurotransmitters will open and get released here. Where? In the synaptic cleft, right? It will get released in the synaptic cleft or depending on an impulse. When an impulse is coming, once the impulse has reached, calcium channels will open and this will lead to the neurotransmitters opening and releasing it. Now, on the postsynaptic neuron, what will be there? On the postsynaptic neuron, okay, on the postsynaptic neuron, receptors will be there. Receptors will be there. These are receptors. What receptors? Neurotransmitter receptors. Is this clear? Is this clear to all of you? Shall we label everything? So, these are neurotransmitters, right? They are synaptic vesicles. Okay, inside the synaptic vesicles, you will have neurotransmitters. Okay, inside this, I'll erase this, students. I'll write it down later. Okay, inside this is neurotransmitter. Students, different neurotransmitters will have different receptors, which you don't have to know right now, but just understand, obviously, you know, you all know these things, right? When neurotransmitter, imagine lock and key. Key will be same for every lock. No. Depending on the lock, key will be different. Depending on the key, lock will be different. Same way here also, depending on the neurotransmitter, the receptors are going to be different. Okay, the receptors are going to be different. Neurotransmitter receptors. I'm writing NT. Okay, got it, all of you? This is how your synapse looks like. Any doubts? You can ask me right now. This synaptic cleft is a gap. Okay, please understand that the gap should be more than 2 nanometer. Right, 2 nanometer. Now students, two types of synapse are there. Electrical synapse is there, chemical synapse is there. What do you think is most common? Will it be electrical or will it be chemical synapse? Tell me in the chats. This is how a synapse look. 3 parts you have to identify. Okay, major 3 parts you have to identify. That is your presynaptic. Okay, presynaptic, synaptic cleft, synaptic cleft, and your postsynaptic neuron. Okay, these are the 3 major portions that makes the synapse, entire synapse. Now, question to all of you. Tell me, electrical, very good Rani, chemical synapse will be more, right? Electrical synapse will not be more. Even though electrical synapse are faster than the chemical synapse, obviously chemical synapse will be more than electrical because it's not very common. Okay, it's not very common. Is this clear? Chalo, let's write about that. Okay, 2 types of synapse are there, students. I think we'll divide the board into 2 and write it. Okay, we'll divide the board into 2 and write it. Is this a straight line? Okay, okay. So look here, synapse is there. Just let me know if I'm audible. Okay, I'm just dropping the mic down. Synapse, 2 types are there. What are they? Electrical, which is not very common. I'm writing only few points, okay, because question has come from this topic, so I'm just writing few points so you are aware. Okay, ma'am, that this is there and this is not very common. Okay, this is there and it's not very common. Chemical synapse, electrical synapse. Okay, now students, as I told you, electrical synapse, give me each of you give me one point. Obvious understanding that here neurotransmitters will be not there, otherwise I would have called it chemical synapse, right? So first thing is they have no neurotransmitters. Okay, I'm writing very easy points, no neurotransmitters. Okay, no neurotransmitters here. Obviously here transmitters are going to be there. Yes or no? Chalo, yes. Okay, they have neurotransmitters. Okay, neurotransmitters are present. Students, synaptic cleft, the gap between 2 neurons will be comparatively less where? Can you, any of you think and tell me where it will be smaller? In the electrical synapse it will be smaller, yes or no? because chemical synapse, neurotransmitters are there, they have to be released, then the receptor have to accept them. So the synaptic cleft is going to be larger in a chemical synapse compared to an electrical synapse. Okay, so here it is going to be synaptic cleft, or you can write gap also. Okay, gap junction you can write. Synaptic cleft is small. Okay, small, that means the gap is small. Okay, synaptic cleft gap is small, here, and it is more this side. Okay, it's larger this side. Yes, very good, it's smaller, here it is more. Okay, next thing students, this is a very rare one. Okay, it's a very rare impulse, this is the most common. Okay, this is most common. Done? Any doubts? Okay, here what is going to happen, signal transmission is going to be faster, here it is going to be slow. Okay, signal transmission is going to be slow. I have written just general, I have not taken explained a lot about it, but these are some general points that you have to know. Okay, some general points that you have to know. No neurotransmitter is there. Synaptic cleft, the gap between both the neurons is going to be smaller in an electrical impulse, larger in a chemical synapse, and this is a very rare one. Okay, the electrical synapse is very rare, chemical synapse is most common. Here what is going to happen, the signal transmission is going to be faster, here signal transmission is going to be slow. Clear? Awesome. All of you marked your attendance. Let me check your attendance. No, many of them haven't marked the attendance. Quickly mark the attendance. Okay, quick, I want to see all the attendance. Okay, Madhumita is not there, Madhumati is not there, so no target is not put. Yes. Okay, now all of you can have a question. Ma'am, how does this neurotransmitters exactly open and when it will be released, right? For that question, we have to draw the structure again. Okay, we have to draw the structure again. I am drawing a very simple structure. Okay, no time to draw a very enlarged structure, but this will give you an understanding. Okay, now let's draw an axon ending little more better. Otherwise axon will feel bad. Okay, look here students, this is the axon ending, this is the dendrite, same thing, I'll label it very quickly. Okay, this is the presynaptic. Okay, presynaptic, this is the postsynaptic. Okay, this is synaptic cleft. Synaptic cleft. Now what is going to happen? How does the neurotransmitter exactly know that, okay, wait a minute, I have to open the neurotransmitters, the synaptic vesicles have to rupture and the neurotransmitter have to get released. Okay, how do they know that? Before that, we have to draw one more person. Who is that? Okay, we have to draw our neurotransmitter. Okay, I've drawn few neurotransmitters. Okay, same thing, their receptors will be there. Now students, what is going to happen here exactly? What is going to happen here exactly? Impulse, one impulse has come. Okay, impulse has come. Any impulse for the matter. Okay, any impulse for matter. That impulse has come all the way. Okay, that impulse has come all the way here up to your presynaptic neuron. Okay, impulse has come. Now, as soon as the impulse comes, the calcium channels, please do understand, here lot of gated channels will be there. Okay, magnesium gated channel, chlorine ligand channels, many channels will be there, students. Okay, many channels will be there. Now, in that, the calcium channels will open. Okay, remember when we studied muscles also, locomotion and movement also, we spoke about the calcium channels opening. Here also the same thing is going to happen. Are you all with me? Okay, very nice. Calcium channels are going to open in the presynaptic lobe. Okay, now this will lead to release of calcium inside. Okay, this will lead to release of calcium ions inside. I'm telling inside this. Okay, when the calcium ions are released inside, automatically the neurotransmitter, the synaptic vesicle will understand that, okay, it is time for me to open. Okay, it is time for me to open and release the neurotransmitters. Okay, release the neurotransmitters. So what it's going to do? What it's going to do? It's going to release the neurotransmitters to the synaptic cleft. Okay, it's going to release the neurotransmitter to the synaptic cleft. Clear to all of you? Very simple. Okay, very simple. Any difficulty? Okay, it will be released to the synaptic cleft. Got it? Yes, correct. Calcium gated channels will open. This calcium gated channels will give the signal for the neurotransmitter that now it's time for you to release. And as they release, students, here automatically who is going to be there? The receptors are going to be there, right? The receptors are going to be there. These receptors will be ready to accept this and make the next movement to happen. Okay, they will be ready to accept this neurotransmitter and continue it. Is this clear to all of you? Yes. Now what is going to happen? This neurotransmitters will go and bind. That means they will go and bind with the receptor and the action will be happening. Okay, action will be happening. They will be ready to bind with the receptors. So let's quickly go through the steps. The steps are very simple. There is a presynaptic, postsynaptic and a synaptic cleft that will form the synapse. The first ever thing will be the impulse has to be carried, right? From where the dendrite will collect the information, it will come through the cell body, it will come through the axon, it will reach the axon ending. As it reaches the axon ending, the impulse will be passed, right, to the presynaptic. Axon ending will be presynaptic, no? When the impulse will be passed, the calcium gated channels on the presynaptic lobe will open. Okay, many channels are there, student. Chloride ligand channels are there, magnesium channels are there, many other channels are there. But here you only have to remember about the calcium channels according to your NCERT. Okay, now this calcium gated channels will open and the calcium will be released into the presynaptic. Entry into the presynaptic. This will automatically the message will be sent that you have to release. Who? The neurotransmitters have to get released. Neurotransmitters will be released into the gap junction. Okay, neurotransmitters will be released into the gap junction and that receptors will go accept the neurotransmitters and binding will happen. Okay, here binding will happen. Is this clear to all of you? Steps are clear. You want me to write the steps again? Okay, here binding will happen. This is how chemical synapse happens. Any doubt? All of you tell me. Yes? Doubt is there or doubt is not there? Exactly, Tanuja. This conjuice people, no, conjuice, one number conjuice these people are. They cannot do one thing. Nor they can like, nor they can come to the class. Then when I stop taking class, then they'll be like, oh, yo, that day we should have listened to ma'am. Okay? That day we should have listened to ma'am. Right? My future also is in your hands. Your future also is in my hands. So it's a symbiotic relationship. So if you are not helping my future, then what will I do? Okay, what will I do? So people have to be, so here binding will happen, first impulse, so I'm just writing here, okay, first impulse will come, okay, second the calcium gated channels will open, entry of the calcium into the presynaptic, okay, this is the third step, entry of them, then this will lead to the neurotransmitters getting released, this neurotransmitters will get released and the fifth step is going to be binding, okay, 5 steps are there, 5 steps I have written there, okay, chalo, clear, clear. Okay, as I told you, synapse can be inhibitory and your excitatory. Okay, depending on who wants to do what, they will be doing different things. Yes or no? I think some of you already know the excitatory and the inhibitory ones. Okay, which are the ones who are going to do what? Correct? Correct or wrong? Yes. Chalo. Done? Okay. Excitatory neurons means, students, they have the job of, they will stimulate it. Okay, they will stimulate it. They will tell, okay, you do the action. Some people are there, no, who will be like, yes, yes, motivates us to do something. Same way these people are. Excitatory means they will tell us, okay, do the stimulations. Okay. At the same time, inhibitory means what? Okay, inhibitory means what? They will tell, don't do, stop it. So we have excitatory, we have acetylcholine, epinephrine. In inhibitory, we have GABA. So these things you have to know. Okay. I'll be writing that as well. See here, I have put a diagram for all of you to understand what I just explained. See, look here, this is the presynaptic. You can see the neurotransmitters. Here you can see voltage-gated calcium channels will be there. These channels will start putting calcium inside, and automatically these neurotransmitters will open, and this will release the acetylcholine or any of it, and the receptors will collect it, and the next things get carried away. Okay? Yes, present. Okay. Some of you are coming now. Some of you are coming now. Okay, so here students we will write this, okay. Excitatory neurotransmitters. Okay, these people are mainly for stimulating something, right? They'll do the stimulation, they will not stop. Okay, they'll do the stimulation. Here you have to know the example. ACH, that is acetylcholine, epinephrine. Many are there, okay, many are there. You don't have to know all of it, which you will study in your later chapters, that you have to know. Epinephrine you will be studying in your chemical coordination, so that you have to remember. Okay, that you have to remember. Got it? Yes. Okay. Chalo. Next is your inhibitory. Inhibitory means what? Obviously something will inhibit, right? This will inhibit the whole reaction. Students, this is to maintain the balance. Don't think that these people are the villains. They are to give the balance. Okay. Yes, Madhumati is put the target. Tanuja, yes, very nice. Okay, so that means students, inhibitory does not mean that, okay, I'll stop everything, I will not let them do anything. Not like that. It means to maintain the balance. If too much secretion happens, also problem will happen, right? So, inhibits the things, and example is going to be GABA. Okay, GABA. Yes, don't write DABA. Okay, don't write GABA. Don't write DABA. GABA is there, serotonin is there. Serotonin also is there, okay? GABA, serotonin. Okay, that's all. You just have to know the names. Okay, you just have to know the names. Done, done, done. Okay, done. Any doubts? Hello, hello. Some of you have come. Very nice. Okay. Now students, we are going to nervous system. So chemical synapse is clear. Very simple thing we studied. We studied saltation, we studied jumping, that is in the myelinated neurons. Non-myelinated neurons, they have to move like this. Okay, free movement is there. In the myelinated neuron, movement is not there. Then we studied about chemical synapse, which is very, very easy. Baby, 5 steps are there. Okay, first an impulse has to be carried up to the presynaptic. In the presynaptic, the voltage calcium channels will open and the calcium will release inside. This will allow the neurotransmitters to tell, okay, wait a minute, we have to get released. Okay, hi students, hi Anupam, hi Akram. Lot of them have come from the DNA. Okay, I know all my DNA students. If they chat every day, I know the DNA as well as the RNA students. Even if you attend one class of mine, I'll know your names. Okay, yes. So what is going to happen? This presynaptic will tell that neurotransmitters, it's time for you to go, release, and they will release, and this will go and attract or bind to the receptors, and the thing will get continued. Okay, got it? Yes. Okay, chalo. Now students, we are going to go to this nervous system. I told you that I will not be teaching you in the starting. I'll teach you when I'm teaching you about the brain, right? So now you have nervous system. So look here students, the human neural system is divided into 2 parts. All of you know CNS and your PNS. In CNS, what is there? Brain and spinal cord will be there. If I have to go to a destination, I have to take a vehicle. Right, I have to take a transport. Same way, the transport to go to brain and spinal cord will be your PNS, your cranial nerves and your spinal nerves. Okay, so look here, you have your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system. It's visible, no? Now, the CNS include the brain and the spinal cord, and it is the site for information processing and control. The PNS comprises of all the nerves of the body associated with the CNS. Got it? All the nerves that is going to your CNS will go through your this one, right? Go through your PNS. Okay, chalo. Now, the nerves or fibers of the PNS are of 2 types. One is afferent, one is efferent. One is bringing the information to the CNS, one is taking the information, going to the effector, telling that, hey, do this job, right? So one afferent means the one who is bringing the information. Efferent means the one who is taking the information. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? I don't want other people to talk in the class. Okay, this is like that maths teacher telling, shh, keep quiet in the class. Okay, don't talk in the class. Listen to this, very important. What are you people thinking? Very important. Okay, chalo. So students, efferent. Now, the efferent nerve fibers transmit impulses from the tissues, organs to the CNS. Now, example is what? Imagine, let's take Hema is there in the class. Hema has touched a hot object, or a Hema touched something like she did not notice it and she touched a hot object. So from the tissues or from the organs, the signal has to send that I touched something hot. Okay, that information will be carried to the brain telling that this person Hema has touched something hot. The brain will, so this is going through the efferent. Okay, afferent has sent the information to the brain telling that Hema has touched something hot. Immediately, the efferent will send a signal back telling that retrieve your hand, remove your hand from that situation. That will be done by your efferent. Okay, so look here students, the efferent fibers transmit the regulatory impulses from the CNS to the concerned peripheral tissues or organs. Okay, very easy. Now, the PNS is divided into two divisions called as the somatic neural system and the autonomic neural system. Now, the somatic neural system relays impulses from the CNS to the skeletal muscles. Very, very important. I'll write it here. Okay, I'll write it here. So students, here a simple thing has happened. CNS, okay, got divided. I think I've left a slide for that. Okay, chalo, we'll write it in the next slide. Right now, you try to understand, okay? You remember so that you will tell me, ma'am, this you have to write. So, what is going to happen? The somatic neural system, students, relays impulses from where to where? From CNS to skeletal system. That's how I'm doing the movement, no? Skeletal system is the only one who can do voluntary action. So, chick, chick, chick. All this I am able to do because of my somatic neural system. While the autonomic neural system transmits impulses from the CNS to the involuntary organ. So, I can say somatic neural system does all the voluntary actions and ANS does all the involuntary actions. Yes? Very good, very good. Okay, Dinesh, you have to tell me when I write the notes also. Okay? Involuntary and the smooth muscles of the body. We all know smooth muscles or your visceral muscles are present inside the organs, right? Those we cannot do anything out of it. Moving that, we cannot do anything. Oh, why two people are coming? The one that should go is not going. The one that should stay is not staying. Okay. Yes. Now, the autonomic neural system is further classified into, again, okay, ANS is again divided into sympathetic neural system and parasympathetic neural system. Now, visceral nervous system is a part of the peripheral nervous system, PNS itself, okay, that comprises the whole complex of nerves, fibers, ganglions, plexus by which impulse travels from the CNS to the viscera, okay, viscera of the central nervous system. Now, listen students, this portion is very important. Are you all with me? Following? So far understood everything? Anyone who did not understand? Okay, tell me. Anyone who did not understand anything? Those who did not understand should tell now. Okay, later I will not entertain. Okay, very small thing. Okay, here students, first thing is central nervous system. So basically two nervous system it is there, CNS, okay, and PNS. Now in CNS we have two main portions called as the brain, okay, and the spinal cord. Now mainly they have spoke about the PNS. They have spoke less about it, but you are going to study about brain anyways in this chapter, right? Anyways in this chapter you are going to study brain. Same way we have PNS. PNS has two portions first of all, especially the nerves, right? We have the cranial nerves, the ones that are going to the brain. How many cranial nerves do we have, students? Can anyone tell me? Is it 12? Is it 31? And spinal nerves. Let me see who is going to answer this. Okay, spinal nerves. Now, PNS is again divided into, okay, PNS is again divided into what? It is divided into somatic neural system, okay, somatic neural system and autonomic neural system. Autonomic neural system. Now, automatic neural system, before we go into that, yes, Tell me, 12 pairs of cranial nerves, 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Correct, wrong? Very good, very good. This is 12, this is 31, okay? Now, somatic neural system, what is it, students? It is going to help to carry the relay, okay? Relay the impulses from your CNS to skeletal system. So, this fellow is basically going to help us for all the voluntary action, okay? Skeletal system, which you studied in your locomotion. So, that's why these chapters are kept like this, okay, in a continuation. Now, autonomic nervous system is the fellow who is going to take relays impulse, okay, relays impulse to the involuntary, okay, involuntary systems and smooth muscles. Exact line of NCERT I am writing, smooth muscles. Now, ANS is further divided into parasympathetic, okay, divided into sympathetic and parasympathetic. So far clear? Okay, parasympathetic. So far clear, students? Yes, CNS to smooth muscles, CNS to involuntary muscles also you can write. So far good? So far good? Now here you are going to study in brain, okay, brain you are going to study separately, right, you are going to study, brain is basically divided into forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. This is what you are going to study today, okay, then we will be done with this topic. Done, dusted with the topic, okay. I have NCERT in front of me, okay, so we do not miss anything. Yes, perfect. Sympathetic nervous system works during any emergency situations, okay, but parasympathetic nervous system works during resting conditions, right, when we are not having any emergency situations, okay, but sympathetic is not like that, release of epinephrine, release of something when we have fight, flight, okay, sympathetic will be the one who is going to work. Actually, this question had come once, okay, about flight and fight, so here you can write, remember, emergency, okay, this is during emergency situations. Yes, done, students? Okay, chalo, let's continue. Now, central nervous system, here we start with the brain, okay, here we start with the brain, all of you in for it, full, okay, chalo. Now students, I want to actually draw the box and do, but I don't think it's going to happen, okay, brain, three portions, okay. Now central nervous system, only you have brain. So that's why we are only talking about brain, because spinal cord you have already understood a little in your locomotion and movement, okay. Chalo, forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, now we'll start, okay. Students, so here I am going to write all the parts of the forebrain. You all can put it in the chat box as well. Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, first of all, brain you should write. Two people are writing. Yes. Tell one parts. Okay, tell one parts. Okay, forebrain, students. I'll go one by one, but first we start with forebrain. Now in forebrain, you have to know about the olfactory lobes, okay, you have to know about the olfactory lobes, you have to know about the diencephalon and the most important cerebrum, okay, cerebrum. So we have three main regions, okay, three main regions. First is called the olfactory lobes, olfactory lobes. Second portion is called diencephalon. Diencephalon has three parts, okay, epithalamus, thalamus Yes, very good, very good. Most of you have told it. Epithalamus, thalamus and hypothalamus. Okay, that I'll write it later. Now, and the last portion, students, the most important, cerebrum. The largest part, and this is going to be cerebrum. So, here we have diencephalon has 3 parts. Okay, epithalamus, which has the pineal gland, okay, which will release melatonin that will allow you to sleep, right? And we have thalamus. This is the portion through which all the sensory and the motor neurons should pass. Like it is like a checkpoint, like toll gate. No, we have toll gate where every vehicle, no matter your government vehicle, your private vehicle, whatever, you are a celebrity, you have to go through a toll. Same way, all the information from the motor and the sensory has to go through the thalamus. This question has come. Okay, this question has come. Okay. Now, epithalamus and hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the principal of your all the glands. No, all the secretions will be controlled by this hypothalamus. So, students, forebrain is done. Now, midbrain. Midbrain has corpora quadrigemina, corpora quadrigemina. Very slightly it is given in your NCERT, so we will also not focus a lot. Okay. Cerebral aqueduct or peduncle, okay, peduncle. Now, the major portion that NCERT has focused on is your forebrain. Okay, major portion of the forebrain only is discussed in your NCERT. Got it? Now, midbrain also very less, one small paragraph is given, hindbrain also the same thing. Now, students, what about hindbrain? Okay, what about hindbrain? Hindbrain, you have your cerebellum, or you can tell cerebral hemispheres, okay, cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. Any doubts so far? This is your entire thing that we are going to study now, okay. These are the things that we are going to study now, okay. Pons areoli, cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Okay, ma'am. Those who have doubts, just I don't think any doubts should be there. Okay, these are all small things. Okay, small portions. Chalo. Okay, clear? No, I've moved to the side so all of you can copy as well. Now, students, brain. Right, brain. In brain, the main, now forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain, you understood. Okay, this you understood. Now, in the brain, students, cranium is there, right? What is cranium? Your brain box. That's how the word came. Think out of the box. Okay, so it has, I'll do one thing. I'll draw it in the middle. Okay. Always confusion is there. Choosing colors, drawing. Let's see if this will work out. Okay, I have a plan. We should always have a plan. Okay, plan doesn't work, students. Okay, look here. This portion. Okay, can you all see? I think this is a task. Okay, let's not do this. Let's do something else. We have always plan B and plan A. Okay, look here, students. Now, brain has the brain box. All of you know this, no? That is called the cranium. Okay, that is called the cranium. Now, tell me, all of you have studied locomotion and movement with me. Tell me, cranium has how many bones? Cranium has how many bones? Quickly. Cranium, how many bones? Yes, we are going to come to that, okay. Cranium has 3 bones. Cranium has 8 bones, right. Cranium has 8 bones, and out of which 2 are paired and rest are unpaired. So, they have 8 bones, okay, 8 bones. Now, which are the 8 bones, students? Frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, occipital bone, ethmoid and sphenoid. How did I ask you to remember? I asked you to remember with the help of the word called as step off, right? Step off. That is, S stands for sphenoid. Okay. This is the bone that articulates with all other bones, and it also has pituitary, right? Pituitary gland in them. And T stands for temporal. Now, tell me which are the paired bones, okay? And E stands for ethmoid, P stands for parietal, O stands for occipital, which will have the condyle, okay, which makes the skull dicondyle. F stands for frontal. These are the 8 bones, okay? These are the 8 bones, out of which, okay, out of which two bones are paired, that is PT. PT teachers are always in pairs, right? There will be always 2 teachers. So, PT teachers, that is parietal, okay, and temporal are paired. Is this clear? Is this clear? You already know it, okay? Temporal and parietal. PT teachers are always 2 in number, right? One female teacher, one male teacher will be there. PT teachers are always paired. So, here PT teacher means parietal and temporal, both of them are paired. Step off, okay? Step off is going to be the cranium. The cranium, no, the brain box is made up of 8 bones. Frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal, ethmoid and sphenoid, okay? Now, students, that's all you have to know. Now, after the cranium box, right? Last time we studied only up to cranium box. Now, after the cranium box, there are some coverings. Brain is so precious, no? You think from it, you do not think from it, you use it sometime, you do not use it sometime. So, brain is very, very important. So, this brain has some covering called as meninges, protective layering called as meninges. 3 meninges are there: dura mater, arachnoid, pi mater. So, it's called as DAP and pad, okay, inside, outside. I'll teach you that. So, look here, when we talk about meninges, you have to know that there are, let's say this is the cranium, okay, this is the cranium. Inside the cranium, we have the meninges, we have meninges covering, okay, meninges covering. Now, what you have to know is 3 meninges are there, okay, 3 meninges are there. Let's say, I think if I draw, okay, let's say this first one I'm drawing with orange color, okay. This is going to be your dura mater. First meninges covering is going to be dura mater, okay. So, this I have just drawn as a structure, okay, just for me to get a understanding, okay, get an understanding. So, this is going to be the dura mater. Dura mater, okay, dura mater. After the dura mater, we have another layer called as the arachnoid. This arachnoid layer is a webbed layer, okay. Arachnoid layer is a webbed layer. So, after this dura mater, I am going to draw the arachnoid layer. See, look here, I am leaving some space. Can you see? I am leaving some space between the dura mater and the arachnoid. They are webbed, okay, they are webbed. This is how you draw the webbed. Okay, webbed structures. Now, students, between the dura mater and the arachnoid, okay, between the dura mater and the arachnoid, we have a space. Can anyone tell me what's the space? Arachnoid. Between the dura mater and arachnoid, there's a space called as subdural space. What space it is called as? Subdural space. The space all of you can see here. See, I'm putting some dots here. Okay, this space is called as the subdural space. Subdural space. I'm writing it between them, so you remember subdural space. Okay, ma'am, understood. Understood. Okay. After the arachnoid there is one more layer called as the pi mater. Okay. One more layer called as the pi mater. This pi mater, students, is very vascularized, okay, and it is the most closest layer to the brain. Now, if I draw brain, okay, if I draw brain, you will notice that on the top of the brain itself, there is this one layer, okay, there is this one layer. So, let's say I draw the brain. Since I'm drawing very different brain. If I draw the brain like this, it is wrong actually. I have to draw it like this. Okay, this is your brain. Okay, this is the brain, which does not look anything like a brain. Okay, this is the brain. On just top of the brain itself, okay, on just top of the brain itself, your pi matter will be there. Very vascularized layer, very vascularized. See, like this. Very closer to the brain. Okay, very closer to the brain. Now, the layer which is between, okay, the space between the arachnoid, students, between arachnoid and pi matter also there is going to be a space. Okay, this is going to be your pi matter. Between arachnoid and pi matter there is going to be a space. So what will I call it as? Okay, what will I call it as? Tell me. Wow, you people are trolling each other. Then don't put it on my name later. Yes, ma'am. Subarachnoid space. If this is subdural space, then this will be called as subarachnoid space, no? So here we have a space called as the subarachnoid space. Is this clear? Okay. Two spaces are there. One space between the dura mater and the arachnoid, which is called as subdural space. One more space is there between the arachnoid and pi mater, called as the subarachnoid space. Okay, subarachnoid space. That pi mater is very, very close to the brain. Okay, very, very close to the brain, and it is completely vascularized. Okay, completely vascularized. Arachnoid is completely webbed. Completely webbed. Is this clear? Now, all of you tell me. Outside to inside, okay, I start from outside to inside. I should have done the labeling a little above, be easy for you. Dura mater, arachnoid. 1 second, students. Give me just 1 minute. Because if I write like this, some students will get confused. So I'll just, okay. Okay, look here all of you. Let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let's just, oh no. Okay. Yes, let's just do the pi matter labeling little down. Okay, so students will be able to understand easily. Okay, pi matter. The space between the arachnoid and the pi matter will be called as a subarachnoid space. Okay. Okay, subarachnoid space. Okay, done. Now I think it will be a little more clear. Yes. Now students tell me, outside to inside, it is DAP. Okay. Outside to inside. Outside to inside. That is when I start from here. Okay, outside to inside, out to in. It will be called as DAB. That is dura mater, arachnoid and pi mater. Now say inside to outside, right? I say inside to outside. I will say in to out. It will be called as PAD. Okay, PAD. That is pi mater, arachnoid and dura mater. This question was asked. Okay, this question was asked. So keep in mind. Keep in mind. Is this clear to all of you? Any doubts? Okay, these are protective coverings. Okay, these are protective coverings. So in your MBBS, when you go for your classes, okay, protective covering. Students, you will be, you will be opening these layers and seeing. Okay, you will be opening these layers and seeing. Okay, one layer. You will be able to see the dura mater, arachnoid. Pi mater will be very close to the brain, so you will not be able to remove that portion. But rest everything you will be able to dissect or remove and see it. Okay, brain. Got it? Clear? Can I move on? So many colors I have used. Okay, can I move on? Yes. Chalo. Now, forebrain. Students, what and all did we study in forebrain? We studied, ma'am, so many parts we studied, right? So many parts we studied. So many parts. The first part you have to study is your cerebrum, one of the largest parts. So, you have to study cerebrum. I'm not writing again parts by parts, but you have to learn the cerebrum. Students, cerebrum has how many hemispheres? How many hemispheres? All of you, quickly, quickly. Answer should come, duck, duck, fast, fast it should come. Okay, yes. Cerebrum, 2 hemispheres are there, or let's say left and right. Left. Why is it so big? Yes, we have left and right. Okay, 2 hemispheres are there. These 2 hemispheres are kept together. Okay, these 2 hemispheres are kept together. Very good, very good. Okay, this is one hemisphere. Okay, I'm not drawing the exact brain. This is one more hemisphere. This is one more hemisphere. These 2 hemispheres are kept together with the help of a layer called as corpus callosum, right? A layer called as corpus callosum. Okay, students, you can draw it like this longitudinally or like this also. Okay, I'm drawing it like this. So, this layer that attaches or makes sure that both the hemispheres are together is called as corpus callosum. Callosum. Students, it is this cerebrum is the largest layer, and this layer helps with all the intelligence and everything, right? Your IQ depends on your cerebrum. Okay, cerebrum. Now, students, on this hemispheres as well, there is an outer and an inner corner. Everything has an outer and an inner corner, like a cortex, a medulla. Same way, this also has an outer and an inner corner. Okay, outer layer and an inner layer. Why am I talking about these layers? Is because of the main reason. Okay, because of the main reason that they have some coverings. Okay, now some matters are there. Okay, some white matter is there, some gray matter is there. Got it, all of you? Yes, ma'am. Okay, some of you are already telling it. Some white matter is there, some gray matter is there. So, this outside is covered by gray matter and inside is covered by white matter. Ma'am, but how is the color designated? Like, is there like white color? How is it? Very simple, students. Gray matter is because of the presence of white matter. I'll tell you. White matter is because of the presence of your axon. Axon has myelin sheath. I told you that myelin sheath is a white colored sheath, right? So, all the axon contribute to the white matter. Okay, especially all your myelinated axons. Okay, myelinated axons constitute for the white matter, and all the cytons plus dendrites constitute to the gray matter. Is this clear to all of you? Is this clear? Yes, very good. Made up of cyton and your dendrites, right? Cytons, I think dendrites we don't use usually. We tell axon terminals actually, because the axon will be like this. So, let's say only cyton. Okay, cyton and axon terminals. Axon portion will be your myelinated sheet. Okay, myelinated sheet. Is this clear? Axon terminal. Students, this will be reversed. Okay, this will be directly opposite in a spinal cord. What am I trying to say? In spinal cord, the outer membrane will have the white matter and the inner membrane will have the gray matter. Okay, it's not there in your syllabus, but just know this. Okay, this is how it is going to be there. All of you can understand, very simple, ma'am. Axon has myelinated sheath. Those myelinated sheets are white in color, so they will form the white matter. The gray matter is because of the cyton and the axon terminal. Done, done, done. All of you. Yes, chalo. Okay, now students, these all of you have seen your brain, not your brain. All of you have seen all of you put brain emoji in the chat. Okay, this is how your brain looks like, right? Actually, I can draw a better brain. Students, put the emoji. I'll look at that and draw. Okay, I'll look at the emoji and draw. Fast, fast. Put the brain emoji. Then only I'll be able to easily draw. This looks something like a combination of liver Okay, something like this. Okay, yeah, okay, something like this, not very perfect, but yeah, this is how your brain is going to look, right? This is how the brain looks. Now if you notice, they have, let's say they have portions like this, right? They have portions like this. Now what are these? These are the reasons for accumulating. Now students, all of you know, okay, very nice, all of you know that there are millions of nerves in your brain. Okay, millions of nerves in the brain. So we have to increase the surface area. To increase the surface area, there are bendings. Okay, everywhere there are I don't have brain seems. Okay, very good, Hema. With this motivation, we should go forward. Okay. Now, students, understand, in the cerebral cortex, no, there is going to be bendings. Okay, these bendings have different names. That is the lower portion. Okay, gyri and fissure, or gyri and sulci vital. Now, these will accommodate the neurons. So, inside this itself, your cyton, okay, cyton will be there. That will lead to the formation of grey matter. Then your axon and axons will be there like this. Okay, axons will be there like this. Like this. Okay, they will constitute the white matter. Got it, all of you? Yes or no? In the chats, quickly. Yes, ma'am, understood. Okay. Now, if you look here, these regions, the lower portion, no, which you are seeing here, this one, this is called a fissure. Okay, this is called a fissure. This larger wave which you are seeing here is called as gyri. Okay, gyri. If this fissure is smaller, we call it sulci as well. Okay, sulci as well. If it is smaller, we call it sulci. If it is larger, we call it fissure. Yes, correct. Okay, longer bendings will be called fissure, smaller ones will be called as sulci. Is this clear to all of you? So this is how your brain looks. So to accommodate more nerves, we have to do bendings, right? Like how you have villi. Same way there will be fissures and gyries everywhere present, so that more neurons or more nerves can be accommodated to increase the surface area. Okay, to increase the surface area. Increase surface area. I hope this is clear. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's go to NCERT. Now students, there are some sites also that I'll come to that. Okay, I'll come to that. Now look here, the brain is the central information processing organ of the body and acts as a command and control system. Okay, command and control system. Yes or no? Now it controls the voluntary movements, balance of the body, functioning of the vital involuntary organs, example lungs, heart, kidneys, etc. Thermoregulation, hunger, thirst, circadian rhythms of our body, activities of several endocrine systems. Each of them, like hypothalamus will do one job, pituitary will do one job, epithalamus will do one job, medulla oblongata will do one job, lymphic systems will do one job. So everything is scattered. Okay, it is also the site for processing of vision, hearing, speech, memory, intelligence, emotions and thoughts. Now the human brain is well protected by the skull. Inside the skull, the brain is covered by cranial meninges. That's what I drew. Okay, consists of an outer layer called as the dura mater. Okay, a very thin middle layer called the arachnoid, which is webbed. Okay, and an inner layer called the pie matter, which is in very close contact with the brain. Okay, it's called the pie matter. Clear, students? Now the brain can be divided into three major portions. What are they? Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, three portions are there. Midbrain, got it? Forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Yes or no? Now look here all of you. Now which are the parts that we learned? We studied about your, now we know about thalamus. Okay, we know about thalamus. You can see parietal lobes, frontal lobe, corpus callosum, okay, optic, hypothalamus. Here you can see pituitary gland, okay, medulla oblongata, pons is there. So many things are there. Everything we just discussed, like overall, I've just put an image for you to understand. Okay, I just put an image for you to understand. Now look here, forebrain. Forebrain. The forebrain consists of cerebrum, thalamus and hypothalamus. Okay, cerebrum, thalamus, hypothalamus. Cerebrum forms a major part of the human brain. A deep cleft divides the cerebrum longitudinally into two halves, which are termed as the left and the right cerebral hemispheres. Now, the hemispheres are connected by a tract of nerve fibers called as corpus callosum. Students, there will be a longitudinal cleft, okay, to divide them. You can also call it as longitudinal sulci or cleft. To divide the brain into any hemispheres, no, there will be sulci. Okay, sutures, remember, all of you remember sutures? Same way, longitudinal cleft also the word we can use, okay. Now, the layer of the cells which cover the cerebral hemispheres is called as the cerebral cortex. I told you two regions will be the outer and inner region, and thrown into prominent folds. That folds will have gyri and fissure, okay. Now, the cerebral cortex is referred to as the grey matter due to the greyish appearance. That is the outer portion, okay. Outer portion will be cortex. You can always call it, if there is two divisions, no, it will be always, you can use the word medulla and cortex. The neuron cell bodies are connected here, giving the color. The cerebral cortex contain motor areas. Now, if I divide the brain, okay, into three parts, like the forebrain into three parts, they'll have three areas. One sensory area, one motor area, one association area. Sensory area means what? Obviously, sending the signal for the from all the sense organs, right? Motor area, bringing it to the effector. Then association area, which is not completely sensory, which is not completely motor. Look here, student, the cerebral cortex contains a motor, okay, a motor area, a sensory area, and a large region that are neither clearly sensory or motor in region, and that will be called as the association, or we also used to study in smaller classes, no, relay neuron. If all of you remember, these regions are called association areas. These are responsible for complex functions like intersensory associations. Now, what is the intersensory association? Now, imagine Trisha is eating something. Okay, Trisha is eating ice cream. Or let's say, no, Trisha is eating something, some food, pizza she's eating. She can smell it, she can see it, she's tasting it also. That is intersensory. That means at the same time, you're doing so many multitasking, right? You're visualizing the pizza, then you're getting the smell of the pizza, then you're eating the pizza and you're able to sense the taste as well. That becomes an intersensory, where your sensory as well as your motor neuron mix happens, right? Mix of informations will be sent to each other. Yes or no, all of you? Now, if something is, your mom is cooking something in the kitchen, you know by smell, then you go see it and then you taste it. So, all these are called as intersensory association, memory and communication. Fibers of the tracts are covered with myelin sheath, which constitute the inner part, okay, of the cerebral hemisphere. They give a opaque white appearance. This is just now what I taught you, okay, this is just what I taught you, white appearance of the layer, and hence it is called the white matter. So far, any doubts, students? So far, any doubts? Please let me know. So, let's say this is the forebrain, okay, this is the forebrain. I'm closing it like this. It has three portions, right? This portion, okay, two portions I've divided into. This will be called as the sensory region, okay, sensory, okay. This will be called as the association, which is not purely sensory or motor. This is the motor. Clear to all of you? So, here what is going to happen, students? Here the sensory neurons are going to take place, right? Sensory neurons are going to be active here. They are going to take all the information from the sense organs to this place. Yes? Okay. Then here motor neuron will be there. Motor neuron, and this portion is the portion which is not purely sensory or motor. So, it's a not completely sensory or motor, and they help in intersensory functions, okay, intersensory functions, and for memory and communication. Clear? Clear? Yes or no? Done? Chalo. Okay, done. Now, students, diencephalon is there, right? Diencephalon is there, that also I have added here. Next paragraph. Look here. This is also very important. The hypothalamus contains a number of centers which control the body temperature. All of you know they are capable of doing thermoregulation, as well as they are the principal of all the endocrine gland. Not the master gland, but the principal. They have neurosecretory cells, which I'll teach you in chemical coordination, that will be releasing all of that to the pituitary gland, which has anterior lobe, middle lobe and posterior lobe, right? This hypothalamus contains a number of centers which control what and all? Body temperature, okay? Urge for eating and drinking. This is the one who is going to give us the sensation that eat and drink. Okay, it also contains several groups of neurosecretory cells. These are the cells that add their secretion into the posterior lobes, anterior lobes. Okay, infundibulum, stalk, all this I'll teach you later in chemical coordination. Neurosecretory cells which secrete hormones called as hypothalamic hormones. Okay, now the inner parts of the cerebral hemispheres and a group of associated deep structures like amygdala, okay, this name, hippocampus, etc., form a complex structure called the lymphic lobe or the lymphic system. This question was asked in NEET. It's very, very important. These are the people who are going to control you with sexual behavior, depression, your excitement. All this is controlled by your lymphic system or lymphic lobe, which is a combination of your amygdala and hippocampus. Okay. Now, along with hippocampus, it is involved in the regulation of sexual behaviors. Okay. Expression of emotional reactions, that is excitement, pleasure, rage, fear, motivation. When your amygdala and hippocampus are not working properly, that is when you don't have motivation. Okay, then you search for motivation videos under 1 minute. I have to get motivated today itself. Okay, motivation right now. Okay, that kind of videos you search when these people are not working properly. Is this clear to all of you? Clear to all of you? Any doubts? So very simple, students, we don't have much to learn. Okay, here we know epithalamus. Okay, epithalamus has encloses your pineal gland. Okay, pineal gland, which works with your circadian rhythm. Okay, helps with your circadian rhythm. That means to sleep, wake up, this will be happening with your pineal gland. Okay, next chapter we'll be studying. Then we have thalamus. Thalamus is the region. This question has come as PYQ. Okay, PYQ. Question has come. All the signals of the sensory and the motor neuron, okay, passes through the thalamus. Passes through thalamus. All sensory and motor neuron information passes through the thalamus. Is this good? Okay, chalo. Now, students, next we have hypothalamus. Hypothalamus has many functions, right? They are the ones who will, they have control of all the glands. Okay, they release hypothalamic. I am writing only the keywords, okay, because I just read the NCERT for you. Hypothalamic hormones. They also do thermoregulation. Okay, thermoregulation. Thirst and hunger and thirst centers. Got it? Yes. Got it? This is your forebrain. Cerebrum you already did. This other parts of the forebrain is all here. Okay. Then students, with this you have amygdala plus hippocampus. Okay. Hippocampus. In exam, out of stress, or in your notes out of stress, don't write hippopotamus. Okay. Together forms the lymphic system. And I am not telling out of like I made it up, because I have seen students writing in exam paper hippopotamus. Okay, lymphic lobe. I'm not even joking. It happens in exam hall. When you're in complete panic, no, you write hippopotamus. You'll be like, okay, I'm writing hippocampus, but you'll end up writing hippopotamus. Thank God you don't have written exam. If you'd have had written exam, then I don't know what and all you people would have written spelling. Okay. Control sexual behavior and all other emotions. Whatever emotions you have, you please write it here. Okay. Rage, anger, etc., etc., etc. Clear? See students, here is the location. Here is the location. You can look at the location. See, you can see amygdala, okay, and you have mammillary bodies that you don't have to bother. Hippocampus. See, hippocampus will be there, okay, and then again other things you don't have to worry. But here thalamus is there, okay. So here like this, okay, thalamus will be like this. Okay, let's look at this. Thalamus is like this. This lymphatic system will be around, okay, like this. Okay, like this. This is how the covering will go. Got it? This is how the covering will go. Done? Like me, ma'am, it seems. Okay. Students, lobes also I have written here. What is the job of each lobe? So you don't have to know this. Okay, you don't have to know this. But in case you feel like, ma'am, I need to know it, then you need to know it. Okay. Now, students, midbrain, two portions I had written. Corpora quadrigemina and your cerebral peduncle or cerebral aqueduct. Okay. Do you want me to read first the NCERT, then I'll come to the writing part. So here you see very small, okay, baby portion is there about midbrain. The midbrain is located between the thalamus and the hypothalamus, okay, thalamus and hypothalamus of the forebrain and pons of the midbrain. So where is it present? Okay, it's okay, Madhumati, okay, true students will understand the value and they will do it. See, look here, where is it present? Midbrain is present between your forebrain and your hindbrain. Obviously, that's why it's called midbrain. Forebrain's what? Hypothalamus or thalamus. Okay. And hindbrain's pons. Between this fellow is present. Got it? Location is there. Between hypothalamus and pons. Okay. And a canal, okay, a canal called as cerebral aqueduct passes through the midbrain. The dorsal portion of the midbrain consists mainly of 4 round swellings, lobes called as corpora quadrigemina. To be frank, you only have to know this, corpora quadrigemina, but every time when we teach, no, we always teach a little extra because otherwise there will be no connection, students. NCERT doesn't have to have connection, but we teacher have to have connection. Yes or no? Yes or no? Hydrate yourself, all of you. See, I'm drinking so much water, you should also drink. It's because doctor told me, students, otherwise I don't drink water. Okay. Yeah. So look here, corpora quadrigemina, you have like this 2 circles. Okay, these are the superior. Okay, and then we have structures like this. Okay, like this. So this ones, okay, these are called as superior colliculi, okay, and these are called as inferior colliculi. This together forms your corpora quadrigemina. Yes? Okay, inferior and superior. Any doubts? Now, the superior one is mainly the one that is going to help you with all the visual reflex. Okay, visual reflex. Visual reflex, and all the inferior ones are going to help you with the auditory reflex. Now, students, when you have sat in a class, especially with your maths class or your Hindi class or any class like that, all of you tell me who was the teacher who was like very smart, like she'll be writing like this and she'll listen to, let's say, Madhumati's voice and she'll be like, Madhumati, stop talking, right? Have those things happen to you? So that is because auditory reflex is working. Listening to your voice, she understood that, okay, this girl is talking or this boy is talking. But vision reflex means what? That means, let's say, metro, you're going in metro, the first metro passed, that is not your metro. What will happen when you're looking? Or you say one boy is passing, one girl is passing, someone is passing by you, you look like this, no? You'll follow them, okay? You'll follow their eyes like this. Knowingly or unknowingly, your head also moves. That is vision reflex, okay? Because you see it and you move. Without your knowledge, you're just moving your head, right? Same way, auditory reflex also. Got it? Now, when you're sitting in the car, you know the moon is not moving. Because your car is moving, you're also looking at the moon like this, no? That is your vision reflex and this is your auditory reflex. Done, clear? Any doubts? There shouldn't be any doubts, okay? That's all. Yeah. Cerebral peduncle is actually a connection from the forebrain to the hindbrain, okay? Forebrain to the hindbrain. But I'll teach you about cerebral aqueduct, okay? Aqueduct. So students, this is all about it, okay? This is all about it. There's actually one interconnection like this, okay? Interconnection like this. This is how we draw it. This is how we draw it. So superior and this together, okay, together forms the corpora quadri gemina. Okay, corpora quadri gemina. Yes. So students, actually, see, ventricles are there, no? Ventricles are there. I'll draw a very, not a great diagram, but see, ventricles like this is there, okay? Now, in this ventricles, there are 4 ventricles. 4 ventricles are there. Students, spaces, no? Spaces are there, right? Everywhere in your body. Now, in your heart also, spaces are there. Auricles and ventricles are there, which will allow the blood to pump in. Same way, the brain also, ventricles are there. There are spaces are there. These spaces will be filled with cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, what it will be filled with? Cerebrospinal fluid. This cerebrospinal fluid acts as a shock absorber. All of you know this. So, in our body, wherever spaces are there, some fluid filling is there so that our body does not go through any other situation, right? It mainly, what does this fluid do? Fluids, cavities for that matter, they do shock absorption, right? So same way in our brain also, ventricles are there which are filled with cerebrospinal fluid. I hope all of you know this. Anyone who does not know this? Anyone who does not know this? I'm checking if Tatva has an image for that. If it has, I'll show you people. Okay. Actually, here it is the cerebral peduncle, but I don't know how many of you can see this. Students, can you see this diagram? All of you focus on this diagram. This is your Tatva books, okay? This diagram, can you see here? These are your cerebral peduncles, okay? These which you're seeing there, green color, those are your cerebral peduncles. And down you can see medulla oblongata, this is your pons. And here you can see middle cerebral peduncles. Actually, what this cerebral aqueduct does, no, they will actually connect the ventricles. Let's say this ventricles are there. Like if I draw the exact structure, it will look like a bow like this, okay, a bow like this, and it will have one portion like this, extending, one more portion like this. Now imagine these two are the ventricles. This is one ventricle, this is two ventricles, this is one more ventricle. To connect these two ventricles, your cerebral aqueduct will be there, okay? You don't have to know a lot in depth. That's why I'm not going into the depth. Just know this. To connect the ventricles, you have cerebral aqueduct, okay? So here you can see that, okay? This portion, the connection is done because of them, okay? Clear? This is the use of Tatva books. We'll be able to easily. Done. Next portion will go. Any doubts? Anyone? Okay. Chalo. Okay. That is your midbrain. Now next is hindbrain. Okay, hindbrain, what and all is there, students? Cerebellum is there, pons is there, medulla is there. All of you know cerebellum is mainly with the balance, right? Both the hemispheres are there. Cerebellum does all the job with the balance. That's why when an alcoholic person, he will always walk zigzag. That also is not good, okay? He'll always walk zigzag. Why? Because his cerebellum is affected by alcohol. Okay, cerebellum is affected by alcohol. So look here, all of you. The hindbrain comprises of pons, cerebellum and your medulla, also called as the medulla oblongata. Now, pons consist of fiber tracts that interconnects different regions of the brain. Okay, cerebellum has a very convoluted surface convoluted surface in order to provide additional space for many more neurons. More the neurons, they tell more the IQ. Okay, more the neurons, more the IQ they tell actually. So yeah, that is because more neurons will be filled in. No? Now the medulla of the brain is connected to the spinal cord. All of you know this. The medulla contains centers which control. Very important. This is the only reason I told this even in locomotion. The main reason why, yes, final touch to this chapter, main reason why people tell don't hit here. You know, some parents sometimes knowingly or unknowingly what they do is they hit the kids here. They hit on the head and then they hit here. That time what happens, students, this medulla oblongata is mainly controlling the vomiting center, respiratory centers. This breathing will get affected. Why? Because you know pneumotactic centers, we learned it in breathing and exchange. Pneumotactic centers are there, your respiratory rhythm centers are there. These all connections are here. This will do a problem. Yes, cerebellum Purkinje fibers is there, that we will, it's most complex. Okay, now respiration, okay, cardiovascular reflexes and your gastric secretions. Okay, these three centers are there. So these three are very, very important, especially your respiration. Pneumotactic center is there, your respiratory rhythm center is there. How can we skip this? Now, three major regions make up the brainstem. Very, very important. Midbrain, pons and your medulla oblongata. That is corpora quadrigemina, cerebral peduncle, cerebral aqueduct, together plus your pons and medulla oblongata together forms the brainstem. What is brainstem used for? This is brainstem forms the connection between the brain and the spinal cord. Obviously connection should be there, no? Connection should be there, no? Yes or no? So hindbrain, students, what and all is there? Hindbrain, what and all is there? We have cerebellum, okay, cerebellum. Students, you don't have to study about spinal cord and all, please. Some people might teach you a lot, but you don't have to know that much, okay? Please understand. You don't have to know that many things. Yes? Fine? I think someone is telling something. What is it? Yes, Rani. Yes, vomiting center, cardiac, respiratory. Very good, okay? Very good. Yes. Okay. So, students, we have cerebellum, okay? Cerebellum, this is very convoluted, okay, convoluted so that more neurons can get in. They have cerebellar hemispheres as well. Cerebellum is there. This is main thing you have to know is this is the one who will do all the balance, okay, balance in the body. Next is you have pons, okay, pons helps in respiration, okay, respiration. They have some centers, epineutic centers, okay, okay, they have centers, they help in respiration. I'm sorry, okay, they have respiration, pneumatic centers, right? Yeah, pneumatic centers helps in respiration. Then the main portion is medulla oblongata, okay, medulla oblongata. This people have respiration, okay, centers for respiration, especially your pneumotactic centers. Students, here pons, on the pons we have no pneumotactic centers. So I'll just write okay, respiration, vomiting center, okay, this people, they have cardiovascular, okay. What is the last one? Cardiovascular and quickly tell me the last one. Yes, respiratory center, cardio center, even this is also there, students. Swallowing, okay. Okay, swallowing centers. Very important this is, okay. Very, very important. Hi, tell me the answer. Yes, pons have respiratory system, that is because of the pneumotactic centers and your respiratory rhythm center here, okay. These things are there. Yes, swallowing, vomiting, respiration, okay, cardiovascular, all this is there. Even hunger, thirst, everything, some control is there in the medulla oblongata, okay. This together forms the hindbrain. This together forms the hindbrain. Same way, forebrain to hindbrain, okay. To hindbrain, you have your cerebral peduncle, okay, connection is there. And I think I've written it before somewhere, okay, forebrain to hindbrain. The connection comes because of your cerebral peduncle, okay, which is there in your midbrain. Peduncle. Okay, same way students, brain stem. Start writing, wait 1 second. Okay, 2 minutes it got stuck students. Okay, it got stuck. Check your NCERT if we missed something. I am also checking. Oh no, where did we go? Give me 1 second, don't tell me my notes went. Oh no. OBS went. Students, my whole notes went, students. Oh no. Are you all able to see the board? Again we go to empty. Oh no, it got saved. Thank God. Thank God. I would have cried now because this did not get saved. Is it visible now? Yeah, no? Something happens, students. This board sometimes will... Okay, no, notes is here. I would have cried if the notes would have gone, but thankfully God saved it because I have to write so much. Okay, students, brain stem consists of 3 things. What are they? Pons, medulla, okay, medulla oblongata, okay, and your midbrain. And what is this brain stem used for? Connecting brain to the spinal cord. Brain to the spinal cord. Got it? Yes? Saved. Okay, saved today. Yes, students, that's it. We are done. We are done. You do not have reflex action or anything. Okay, reflex action is not there, eye is not there, ear is not there. So you are all saved. Okay, you do not have to take tension. This is all about it. So we have done forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Yes or no? Yes or no? Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Everything is done. Any doubts, please let me know. And I've also done NCERT with that, so there shouldn't be any doubts. Okay, see, we did olfactory lobes, you don't have to know. Diencephalon, epithalamus, thalamus, hypothalamus, I've given you one line for each. Cerebrum you did clearly. Corpora quadrigemina, cerebral aqueduct, peduncle done. Cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata done. Right? Yes. So I hope the session was really helpful. Now for students who are asking me, ma'am, I need a textbook to prepare or I need some book to prepare, then I have some. Okay, students, then you can go for Tatva books. The links in the description box. All of you can see for 11th and 12th there is a Tatva book. For 11th alone there is a Tatva book. For 12th alone there is a Tatva book. As I showed you, this is the Tatva book. Okay, as I showed you, this is the Tatva book. So you can see questions are here. Okay, can you see? Lot of questions are here. At the same time, if I go further, previous year questions will be there for the same chapter. Okay, and then I'll be able to see achiever section. This is a little more complex questions. Okay, complex. See here they have given first question is human, this nervous system. Okay, nervous system. And then here you can see image based questions will be there. Okay, image based questions will be there. This is how Tatva books are. It is beautiful book, students, and you can see how many good images are there. Okay, every topic has images. Every topic, see, you can even see gliding joint, pivot joint, you can see the images. So do not miss this opportunity of getting the book for a very lower price, because these books are very, very good, beneficial for your NEET, beneficial for your MBBS as well, because any doubt you have during your MBBS lecture, you can come back to the foundation with these books. They are a good investments. Okay. Yes. So thank you so much for joining. Do not fail to let me know in the comments how you felt the session was, and also smash the like button and share with your friends, because this content is very, very important. So see you all in next class, and Saturday I'll be taking structural organization in animal, NCERT line by line, 2 parts it will be divided into, or maybe 3 parts, because frog and cockroach will do it separately. So it's upon your request. Many students requested me, ma'am, please take structural organization. So I was like, okay fine, I'll take structural organization. If I don't see the crowd, then you guys are going to get scoldings. Okay, you're going to get scoldings if I don't see the crowd, because students understand this is, if you show the love, then only everyone will feel like, okay, this teacher is actually doing a good job, right? So it is a give and take. All of you should respect the teachers who are standing here. Okay, so yes, so do not fail to do what you have to do from your end. Rest everything will be done. Okay, the notes will be sent immediately after the class. Thank you so much. See you all. Bye bye. Tata.